Hey guys, Huz here, bringing you another full game commentary. This time I'm playing Jungle Nasus, which is a bit different from what I've done in the past. Obviously, I am someone that loves to play different roles in the game, and at this opportunity, I play Jungle Nasus. Now, one thing to note in this game, we are 4 pre-made. We have 1 pug, so you will see, kind of something that will be different than if this was 5v5 pre-made. Now, as I said in my KO video, some people have asked for games that have not gone squeaky clean. Now, this is a game that has definitely not gone squeaky clean, as you will see it eventually. Now, Jungle Nasus, I do want to say one thing at the start. I am not a professional at Jungle Nasus, and I'm a bit rusty at him, where at the start I do a couple fail queues, that type of thing, but further on to the game I start getting the grips of him again and everything goes well. But the main thing to note in this game is not exactly my Jungle Nasus mechanics, it's how I use Nasus to kind of turn the game, and that's not a surprise, as obviously every single full game commentary I put up will be a victory. Unless it was an amazing game, it will be a victory, as I want to show you guys how to win a game, not how to lose a game. Now, I am starting onto the Wolves, and I do decide to actually go Q first, which arguably is a mistake with a pug. Obviously, I can't really tell the TF, unless I type to him, of course, that I'm taking Q first. Obviously, with taking Q first, you do need a bit more help on the Wolves and the blue buff than normal, but that type of thing. Now, you will see something very funny upcoming, and I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of hassle with this in the comments, or like maybe on some of the school. Get one of the Qs, which is, always good. Get the second one, and basically I want to delay getting the Q onto the wolf, and here we go, bam. I miss it with 16 health. I do the biggest dirt moment. My whole team's laughing at me at this stage. So yeah, that is where the rustiness of me playing Jungle Nasus has come into play. Now obviously if you take Q first, you do actually need to smite this blue. You can't be tanky enough to, do it yourself. So I do decide just to smite it. Obviously, a lot of people, what I should have done this game is started E, where I didn't, which is a mistake by me. Now, this TF is a bit of a, let's just call him a derp lord, to, save face. He starts Null Mantle thinking he's going to be versing Akali mid. Now, Akali mid is really rare. Like, you don't get many Akali mids. Lee Sin is a more common mid laner than Akali nowadays. So I would have always predicted a Lee Sin mid. So now he's got a Null Mantle versus a Lee Sin, which is never a good thing to do, so I'd expect First Blood to happen here. Now, upcoming very soon is where the game starts to fall apart early on. Obviously, they have a ward on my red buff, so they know I'm here right now. Starting my red buff, just, nice and easy, and here they come for the invade. Obviously, we lost vision of Lee Sin, and bam, I see the damn Jarvan, and Jarvan did go in, bot lane. I flash his EQ. We're just seeing if we can try and get something. We're telling everybody to come as much as we can. Probably be able to kill these guys. And look at the TF. He's just not reacting. He reacts so late. He should have been here immediately. So that Jarvan survives on like no health at all. And they get first blood. They pick up me as well. And they pick up the MF. So this is really, really bad for us. So I'm not going to completely blame the TF for this, but I will say it is the majority's fault. He took ages to respond. Their Lee Sin was there from right at the start, obviously, where our TF was still, in mid lane doing nothing. So, I don't want to be raging at the guy. I'm not someone that does rage. But yeah, he should have been there a lot earlier. So that is something that he should improve on himself. Just reacting earlier. Obviously, he's playing TF, which if you are playing TF, you've got to be someone that looks at the map, looks at the minimap a lot. Even without ult, obviously, you have to train yourself to do it. So I'm returning back to Wraith Camp now. At this stage of the game, we are thinking, oh god. Now, they are a late game team, and if they win early game as well, that is a very bad stage for us. So at this point, I've basically told my team, right, I can't gank, early. I'm incredibly weak at this stage of the game. I just want to sit in my jungle and start farming. Obviously, just trying to rack up as many Qs as I can. And obviously, just heading over to my wolf camp now. Now, top lane. Let's see the advantage in top lane. Let's actually move everybody to where they belong. And actually, it's actually defaultly done that. So, pretty good. CS-wise, TF is way below in CS, and obviously Lee Sin has 2 kills already, so that lane is pretty much won for the Lee Sin already. Bot lane, again, the Kog'Maw has 1 kill and is double the CS. A jungle, I am ahead in CS, sure, but he's got 3 assists on me. and a level, I believe. Yes, he has a level on me. Top lane, rather even. Not much to say about top lane, and supports. Fiddle has 5 CS, but does have 1 death. So generally, yeah, the game is not looking great for us at this stage. We just basically want to farm, calm the game down, make sure that there's not much, deaths on our side of the team. But obviously, with the lack of communication with the pug in the middle lane, it's kind of hard to do when you're a pre-made 4. Obviously, when you are playing pre-made majority, try and be nice to your pug. We don't, flip out to this TF at all. We try to keep calm to him. That type of thing. We're basically just telling him just to play safe. Don't do anything, crazy. Don't try and kill the Lee Sin. Jarvan's fairly confident to do quite a deep ward into the jungle, which rightly so. They are very fed. And obviously they're trying to focus a lane which they know they can get kills on. Lee Sin at this point is very strong, got his Fortitude Elixir pop. Now he probably does have a lot of gold. He's got 1800 gold, which he can go back, probably get a BF sword or a brutalizer and be even more strong. But he's just hit level 6, so he's probably looking to try and kill this TF relatively soon. Now I'm just coming mid lane, as I know that would probably happen. Level 6 Lee Sin would always probably look to try and get a kill. Now the Jarvan is coming in, we both back off, which is fine. Now bot lane is getting heavily pressured, and this is a lane that, shouldn't lose. An MF Fiddle is a very aggressive lane versus a Cogmore Zyra. But obviously with that first blood whole event that happened here, they've lost lane control, which is very, honestly, that's fine. That is bound to happen. If they won lane from what happened there, that would be incredible. So it's okay that they've lost pressure. You can see their damage is actually quite high. Now, right now I've based back to go get my Ruby Crystal. I'm trying to get as tanky as I can, as I am behind in levels, which will mean I'm going to be a bit squishier than what I should be. Now, the blue buff is coming up soon, which I believe I might pick up for myself, or I may hand it off to TF. I'm not entirely sure. Renekton escaping from the Akali, and everything goes back to normal. Blue buffs up, and obviously this Jarvan, being the annoying guy he is, but actually playing quite well, is going to pressure this blue buff. I do ward it before I go in, just to make sure that they're not already there. But at this point, he's basically going to try and smite steal, as he's a level ahead, which means that his smite will do more damage. If we actually look at the smite damages, then mine does 580, and his does 610. So his does 30 more damage, so here we go. Fail smites himself, and I managed to pick it up. So that's basically why I stopped DPS on it, and I pick up the blue for myself. Obviously, it would have been better if the TF had the blue, but obviously not to be with the Jarvan in the area. Now, obviously, you can't see the big wolf, but I assure you it is there. Slowly, we're trying to regain, pressure of the map. If we look at the CS difference between me and Jarvan, if we actually look at the goal difference as well, he's only a little bit ahead of me, and he's obviously got 3 assists on me. So I am actually catching the Jarvan just by farming. Now, some people may say, yeah, I should have ganked more, I know that in a way, but really I was kind of useless early on. I was behind in levels, behind in farm, that type of thing. So I really just tried to get into the stage that Nasus is actually useful, which is around level 6, where I'm actually pretty damn strong. Mid lane, he's getting pressured under tower, and he's dead from the Lee Sin. Now, Lee Sin is on a killing spree, which is not looking great for us. Obviously, if we look at the Lee Sin's items, we have a BF sword, longsword, and if we look at the TF's items, he went for Null Mantle, obviously, first time. Then went into Kage's. No armor. Even when the Lee Sin was fed as hell, he went no armor. So that is a big mistake from our TF. Even if he didn't go armor, I would have not got the Kage's, and I would have got 2 Doran's rings myself, as that would give you a little bit of tankiness, give you a sustain in lane, and obviously give you a bit more damage. Renekton managed to pick up the Akali. Pretty good, show by him. Obviously, these two are unaffected by what happened, early on in lane, so that's probably why that lane is, in favour of our Renekton. Bot lane, they are still getting pressured near their tower, so relatively soon I am level 6, or I'm level 6 now, so right now I am probably going to be looking for a gank. Pick up my Kingle Gem, which has given me increased CDR, obviously a bit more health. So yeah, I am looking for a gank bottom lane, if not mid, soon. Obviously, the Fiddle does actually get chunked, unfortunately, which that's the lane I was actually going to focus. I also pick up my boots, ready for a gank. So here I go. I'm on my way to bot lane to try and make something work. Now, Jungle Nasus is a champion that was, it's a pretty damn good jungler. He's only recently became a jungler. From Season 1, Season 2, nobody really played him as a jungler. He's always been a top laner, as he's been so, you know, he needs farm. He needs to stack up his queue. If you look at my queue right now, I've got the 78 plus 66. So at 10 minutes, it's not terrible, but it should be quite a bit better than that. But yeah, Nasus is a very good jungler, especially versus this Kog'Maw. I can throw the Wither on him, either force the cleanse, or if he doesn't have the cleanse, I'll make the Kog'Maw near to not useless, but just a lot less damage. Now, TF again has died in mid, obviously not buying many wards for himself. Now, that's one thing to note. This TF, I don't think buys particularly a whole lot of wards. Obviously, he's got one on him now, but still, you should always have your lane warded. Obviously, a Jarvan will probably gank from the bushes with his EQ combo. Yeah, return to mid lane, and here's where I kind of realised I'm actually quite strong, I believe. Just farming up the mid lane, obviously the Lee Sin going deep, warding really deep, but we do see that he's there. And here we go. This is where I realise I'm strong. I go on the Lee Sin, and here we go. I'm fighting him. Got my ult, and I can kill this Lee Sin by myself. I'm fairly confident of that. Dodge his Q, and we managed to get the kill. But right there, I could have killed that Lee Sin by myself. So, that kind of shows, right, I'm stronger than I thought. Going to make some plays, going to try and make things work. Still just returning to farm. Obviously, yeah, that's basically brought us, fairly back in the game. That has reset the TF's gold somewhat, but that has given him a lot of gold himself. Now, the build I generally do on Nasus is a very tanky orientated build, sorry. Obviously, I'm building the Spirit Stone into the Golem variation of it, and then I'll be probably building a Locket and then an Aegis. Very orientated around helping the team out, being the middle of the team fight, doing as much damage as I can, but also giving my team a lot of shields, a lot of resistances, that type of thing. Now, they are doing Dragon at this point, and honestly, we can't contest it. I've just backed. They, did a pretty good timer for Dragon to start it when I backed. Now, mid lane, obviously, the Lee Sin has built up his BF sword, so he is still incredibly strong, and he will still be able to, kill anything, basically, that comes near him. Arguably, maybe not me anymore, as I have got rather tanky at this point. Jarvan's looking for another gank mid, and I believe I might actually come in and try and do something myself in mid. Here we go. I'm warding there, and I run into two of them, don't have vision of them. Here we go. Do all their, burst damage, that type of thing, and they can't kill me, I've nearly got ultimate. I'm like a couple seconds off, so I'm waiting for ultimate as much as I can. And here we go, got my ultimate. Now, they do kill me, but the TF does pick up one kill. And he's so close to getting in second. Fiddle low, here we go. Surprise, right into the fiddle low, and another kill. So overall, a trade that actually went in our favour. We picked up 2 for 1, and also with assist. Now, MF does not want these guys anywhere near her, arguably so. He's alone in lane, so he just ults the wave back. So that's a good use of ult there. But yeah, that's a pretty good trade for us. We're starting to get back into this game really slowly, crawling our way back. Obviously, the blue buff has just come up now, which, is a free pickup for the TF or myself. Top lane is just usual thing, back and forth, back and forth. But if we look at my items right now, I have picked up my Spirit of the Ancient Golem, which is a brilliant item now. With the change, many junglers have become more viable, including Nautilus. It's given him early tankiness, which he was missing before, as this item is not very expensive. But it gives CDR and everything you need on a Nasus, Nautilus, Volibear, Udyr. You can just keep naming them, and, this item is brilliant for them. Pick up another Ruby Crystal, just trying to get a bit tanky, being a force to reckon with. If you look at the Jarvan's items, he has no health apart from his Locket item, which, Locket's a pretty damn good pickup. Arguably, maybe not the first pickup against, he's focusing the TF quite a lot, and obviously the TF doesn't do a whole lot of AD damage. So maybe a Aegis or something along them lines may have been a better pickup. Akali up top lane is really low, or Renekton's doing a pretty good job still of, denying her, that type of thing. Now, again, Jarvan is pressuring this mid lane. I would probably say that these two are pre-made, as this Jarvan is basically living mid, trying to deny the TF, trying to keep him low. Obviously, the TF has actually picked up his Twin Shadows, which is a really good item to gank with, and has actually made himself even again, which, fair play on him. With ganks and, just general fights, it's brought his way back. So I know the Jarvan is camping mid lane, so I'm actually coming in mid lane myself to try and counter it. So here we go. We're going in for another fight, and the TF survives. So pretty good. I know that he's going to try and go for the Q most likely, so here we go. I pop ultimate, Q and E, and he dies. Pick up a kill on Lee Sin, always nice. So right now, I'm actually getting really strong. I am 1, 2, 3 with 79 CS. Obviously, a lot more CS than, usual. More CS than the Jarvan's got by quite a lot. Obviously, CS difference in jungles is actually a big deal. As long as you can maintain ganks and still have a CS advantage, then yeah. And as you can see, I didn't gank early as much, but I'm starting to get my ganks in now and starting to actually get my team kills or myself kills, which right now I'm 1, 2, 3. So I've been involved in 4 kills, where the Jarvan's been in 5, but he's been involved in 5 kills, but has way less CS than me. So arguably, let's look at the gold actually to back this up. While we look at bot lane, what's going on with the TF gank. So yeah, I'm actually ahead of gold in the Jarvan now, which is, pretty good show. They get the Zyra, nice free kill. Obviously did burn quite a lot in that fight. All of them are quite low, but they did manage to pick up the kill. Now I go to mid lane. I hover over to mid lane just to see if the lane was pushing, but it's not, so I just head over to my wolves. Now I've got double boss at this point, which is actually mean that I'm really strong. Now, obviously we're seeing that some things happening top. This Akali is quite brave for fighting this Renekton, but as soon as you see the Jarvan is actually coming in top, but with this help of the ward, he spots the Jarvan. Now, I'm coming in top. Basically, Renekton wants to heal through these minions. Sorry, I got big hiccups there. Trying to heal with these minions, but I basically go, right, let's just run in. So I just like, let's just run in. Let's let you heal through the minions and see what happens. So he heals on the minions, and here we go. Bam, we see Jarvan, he's here, but right now we're stronger. We know we're stronger, and here we go. Fighting them, just keep fighting them. Right now you might think, oh, we got this kill, We think Jarvan's going to get away. Bam, my E gets him. So, yeah, pretty good trade by our part. And right now, the Nasus Renekton brothers are quite strong. Now, you will note something later on with these brothers that, we're trying to kill each other here. We're like, oh, we hate you. It's always a bit of fun playing with friends. But yeah, you'll see later on that having these two on the same team is incredibly strong. It's a comp that we have run in the past, and it's a comp that is, really strong. In the middle of a team fight, if you have a Nasus and a Renekton in the middle of a team fight, with both of them eventually having Sunfire Cape, that's a whole lot of AoE damage going on. It's a really viable comp to go, and right now, as you can see, bot lane is changing. They are slowly getting, dominance back into the lane. Really good play by bot lane. Obviously, that TF gank helping a lot. But if we look at the CS, MF's actually ahead. Obviously, Kog'Maw's got Blade, but MF's building into a Beer Sword. If we look into the gold, the Kog'Maw they're basically even. So really well played by our bot lane, getting back into that game. Lee Sin obviously still trying to pressure onto the TF. And as you can see, my damage is insane right now. Also, TF's damage is actually pretty good himself. Taking tower, trying to get him to go back, and eventually he does go back. So, good communication. Obviously, this guy is a pug, as I've said. Always have a ward here. As I've said throughout this game, this TF is not amazing at warding. Now, here we go. I am pressuring the Jarvan. You can see I am 2 levels ahead of the Jarvan, and obviously he had a really good start to the game where I had a poor start to the game. So it's really good that I've managed to get myself, ahead of the Jarvan and generally quite fed in the process. TF pulling Dragon just to try and get some CS, and here we go. Fiddle ult. TF ult's over here, which is a bit odd. He goes around the corner and doesn't even help with the kill. But you can see what he's thinking. The Zyra might have flashed. She did actually have flash, but she wasn't able to use it with Fiddle, Fear, and everything. She was around here, so she should have just flashed straight up. Always play safe if you don't want to die. I don't know why I queued then. Oh, I probably didn't have mana. Probably. So if you look at my items right now, I've got the Spirit of the Ancient Golem, and I do pick up the early locket. Obviously, their team is predominantly AD damage. They do have an Akali, which will do a lot of AP damage later on, but yeah, their Lee Sin is incredibly strong. Now, obviously, just picked up a double kill, coming through lane to the bot lane, which is not great for us. I'm on my way top, trying to do something top lane, but no, he drops too low when I was unable to do anything. So here we go. This is going to be a test of how strong I am. So I come into this lane. Kali's really low, so here we go. I'm just hovering around. I know she's like around somewhere. I'm just bam. and she goes into back to my AoE. Get the Akali nice and easy, and now I'm on a killing spree. Now, I don't know really what the TF was thinking. He was just running into tower like a madman. But here comes the Lee Sin, obviously quite fed himself, got himself a BF sword, obviously building eventually into the Last Whisper. Now, I don't care about this Lee right now. I'm so tanky. Like, you can see even my damage is quite high, so he has the back. But if they were smart enough, they would see both of us are relatively low mana, so they should have actually kept on engaging on us there. Basing with, let's see how much gold. I'm basing with 1,000 gold. So we see what item I build into that. I build my mobility boots. Now, mobility boots are pretty good on Nasus. Swiftness boots also work on him. Where obviously I do not want to get Mercury Treads this game as I have the Spirit Stone. You don't get Mercury Treads if you have the Spirit Stone, as the tenacity 35% does not stack. So yeah, if you do get Spirit Stone and you want to not get mobility boots, you either get Swiftness boots or you get Ninja Tabby. So I'm just farming some more, not much going on. Obviously mid lane, there's something going on in mid lane as normal. Lee Sin still trying to kill that TF. This Lee Sin was playing very aggressive this game, and I'm going to go pick up the blue buff right now. As right now, I am really strong. If you look at my CS, I'm nearly even with laners at this point. Actually, I do hand it off. The TF stops his base, and he picks up the blue buff. Yeah, I'm nearly even with laners at this point. If you look at the gold difference between myself and laners, I'm ahead of the Renekton by 200 gold. I'm behind the MF by 600. I'm behind the TF by 400. So overall, a good performance by myself so far. Obviously, that first blood whole event basically, delayed how well I could do early on. But I managed just to basically farm my way back into the game. Obviously, something happens mid lane. Cataclysm come down. TF just burns flash. So, just escapes really easy. Now, I'm thinking I can pressure this Lee Sin, and here we go. A fight's going on. Lee Sin does actually a really good thing of just, Wing over the top of me. I think I can kind of fight these guys, but then the Cogmore happens to wander in lane. Now at this point, they are going to probably get a free dragon. Obviously, the gold is quite even at this point by about 1,000, 2,000 difference. That was a really long Akali Blade queue. But yeah, they're going to pick up free dragon, extending their lead a little bit more. But at this stage, I am starting to build my Ages of the Legion, which is a pretty damn good item on Nasus. It will allow him to even stand in the team fight a little bit more, as well as give him, his team more resistances. So they pick up the dragon. Obviously, our vision, we don't have a lot of vision on the map. That's probably something to improve on. If we look how many wards we've got, I don't think we actually have any wards on the map. We have one. There we go, in our own jungle. So that's never a good sign. So we do actually want to pick up more wards. I've got one ward on myself. But as I said, this TF, he's got one ward on him now, but he was very, very passive on the amount of wards he was buying. Now, we do actually want to try and get mid tower here, as, just trying to put a bit more pressure on ourselves. They managed to get the dragon, so we're trying to get something for ourselves, and mid tower is always a good tower to take. So we get a free mid tower, and we're actually just going to continue to pressure. I do the overwall ward into that bush just to make sure they're not coming, and we continue to push. Now, I don't know what this TF was doing. He wanted to go aggressive or something, but he's squishy as hell. Jarvan engages, doesn't manage to knock up anybody, which is pretty good for us. Here we go, Fiddle ult, and a team fight breaks out. Now I'm Nasus ult, basically in the middle of them, so I'm going to be doing a lot of damage. Again, bam, get a kill. So now I'm on a rampage, I'm 4-2-4. Pretty good show by myself so far, as I've said. Now we pick up the second tower, tier 2 tower in mid. So yeah, pretty good outcome for us. Now we're actually ahead in gold by that slight, and as I say that, we've gone back behind. So yeah. Kali's really low. I don't actually know where she is right now, so that's why I'm basing. But then I actually get vision of her, and I tell my Renekton, we can kill her. So he stops basing, and here we go. We're going in for the kill. Obviously, mobility boots really helping me. Now, she is going to be standing in middle of our AoE, so that's basically the advantage of having the brothers together. You're always going to do AoE damage together. Pick up the Akali nice and free. And we decide to base at this point. Now, this is something that I was really annoyed with myself right now. Well, not right now, in the game. He comes over to the bush, and I base. I really shouldn't have based at that point. I was really annoyed with myself that I actually did base as this Lee Sin. Obviously, he's very strong, but not actually strong compared to me. I could probably kill this Lee Sin 1-on-1. So he does manage to pick up a free kill on the Fiddle, which is unfortunate. And then immediately these guys go for Baron. And this is where the game goes crazy. You know, top 5 plays, all this. So ready for this. Now, I'm on my way to Baron. Oh, they're doing it. Renekton and myself are running over to Baron. And if we see the level difference between me and Jarvan, I'm ahead in 1, so that means my Smite will be doing more. And I've got my Smite on Smartcast, so I am spamming my, Smite, and bam! I get the Baron. And then immediately, me and Renekton go, right, we're going ham, we can kill all these. And look how much damage we're doing to all of them. This is 2v4 right now, and we're winning the fight. Easy, easy, easy. Now, on comms right now with the Galzuk, who's support, and Tom, or Patsy, who is the MF, they're thinking, what the hell just happened? How did that happen? It's the power of the brothers together. With even that TF not coming, we probably would have still killed them all ourselves. But yeah, that is so powerful, and that's basically won us the game. So as you can see, guys, this game has gone from the start of the game, which was terrible for us. We lost 3 kills for nothing. They stole our red buff. I was so behind early on. TF got camped in mid, was not doing very well, and we managed to turn this game around with just farming up a little bit, not being too hasty with what we're doing, being patient, farming up, getting good ganks going off, and then, stealing that Baron and basically 2v4ing them always helps. Now, we know we've won the game at this point, kind of. We don't want to go, stupid aggressive. We don't all want to die right now. And look at the damage onto the Kog'Maw. That's a lot of damage. And basically, all their damage is gone. Their Lee Sin at this point, yeah, still does damage, but not too, he does damage to the targets that, sure are important. The MF's important to kill. The TF's important to kill. But me and Renekton, who are tanky, we still do hella damage. We still can kill people, as you could see that in the Baron clip. So right now we're just doing a little bit more farming, but we do decide to go for the Nexus eventually, and here we go. I'm starting to kill the Nexus myself, and right now, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found this useful. As you can see, the brothers ulting together to finish the game. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys may have learned something. Potentially not learning something about Nasus himself, as I haven't spoken entirely about Nasus mechanics this game, but I have shown you guys, you can turn the game easily, just be patient, farm up. If you are Nasus, obviously you need to get that stage where you are tanky enough to survive, basically lane ganks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and keep playing League of Legends.